Welcome back to another Ser versus Estar video. In this video, we're going to dive into 15 real-world examples and translate from Spanish to English. And while we translate, we're really going to pick apart the phrases and determine what should be used, ser or estar, and talk about why they are used. Now, really quick, if you haven't already, I posted a video earlier that explains when to use ser, when to use estar, as well as how to conjugate. I really recommend just jotting down some notes in that video quickly so you don't have to flip back and forth to kind of follow along with the lingo that I'm using. After you've done that, come on back and let's get this train moving. Okay, so like I said, I wrote down a bunch of phrases that can be used in your everyday life, whether you're traveling or just trying to talk to someone who maybe you work with, maybe is your neighbor. What we're going to do is I'm going to read each one in English. What you should do is pause the video after, try and translate it, and then afterwards, we'll do it together in Spanish. All right? So the first one, start off with something super simple, super useful. What time is it? Okay, so for this one, and I want to start off by saying I'm no tech whiz. I'm not good at editing. I don't really do any of that stuff. So when you say a question in Spanish, you start with a question mark that's turned upside down. I don't really know how to do that in Google. Like I said, I'm no tech whiz, so I'm just going to put the question mark there. You get the gist. It's all good. So, what time is it? We're referring to time, date, or day. So, because of that, we are going to use ser. So, it translates to que hora es, which again is what time is it? So, que hora es, what time is it? We use ser because of that time requirement that we said earlier. Next, the t-shirt is from China. Give it a second, translate it. All right, so for this one, we're focusing on place of origin. The t-shirt itself is from China. That's where it originates. So translated goes La camiseta es de China. So here we're using ser again. In the third person singular, it's it, the t-shirt. So it would be the t-shirt is from China. Next, we have I am inside the library. Okay, so for this one, how you feel where you are. You always use the verb estar, was kind of the quick tip I gave you earlier. This one would be yo estoy dentro de la biblioteca. Now, we use estar here because it's location or position. That all checks out. Something important I want to note. As you go deeper into your Spanish learning, you'll realize that people don't say yo estoy. Spanish, since they conjugate every subject differently, to say yo estoy really is not needed. So we're going to put just the verbs to start in this video. If you feel more comfortable putting yo estoy, do it. That's totally fine. People will still clearly understand what you're saying, and it doesn't really change kind of how the sentence works. But as you progress further on, as you start to immerse yourself in Spanish music and Spanish movies and talk with more Spanish-speaking people, you'll realize that people don't really do it. So the fourth one, numero cuatro, you are a teacher. All right, so you, this is a direct tie to occupation, which is ser. So we're going to put eres un maestro. Now this is for if it's a male. If it's a female, you'd put eres una maestra, because it changes, as we all know, Spanish changes based on gender. So, una, masculino, masculine, femenina, feminine, for numero cuatro. Number 5, today is Tuesday. All right, so I kind of gave a hint earlier in this one with number 1. This is date. What day is it? So it's going to be ser again. We're going hoy es martes. Okay, numero cuatro. We are at the beach. So I'm sure everyone knows how to say beach from that famous song, Vamos a la playa, but this is not vamos, this is estamos en la playa. That is, we are in the beach. And again, if you want to put nosotros estamos en la playa, totally fine. Do it, whatever makes you feel more comfortable is cool by me. But estamos, estar, location, how you feel where you are. There it is again. It works fine. So that's number 6. Number 7, she is sad today. Ella está triste Oi, now something important. Like I said earlier, I'm not great with oh, hold on. Boom. Okay, great. So I know how to put tildes. I didn't want this to be a 45-minute long video where I have to go into insert and then put the formal characters. So this is great. Ella está triste hoy. Shout out Google for giving me that tilde. How she feels. She's sad. She is feeling sadness. That's emotion. That's a star. Cool. And there's a tilde over that A and a star. Great. Numero ocho. Number 8. The shoes are big. Okay, for this one we have los zapatos son grandes. The shoes are big. It's referring to size. Size is ser. Another kind of cool Spanish tidbit here. So in English, we don't pluralize. We don't make plural. We don't pluralize. Pluralize feels right. We don't pluralize our adjectives. Pluralize does not feel right. We don't make plural our adjectives. So we wouldn't say the shoes are bigs, but in Spanish they do. So los zapatos son grandes. You add the S at the end because it's an adjective referring to more than one thing, right? If it was just one shoe, el zapato es grande, you don't have to do that. But for two, you have to put the S. So good, that's ser, because it refers to the size of something. Numero nueve, number 9, the table is metal. Okay. So for this one, it's talking about what the table is composed of, what it's made up of, metal. So for this one, we go la mesa es, and metal, metal, spelled the same. Boom, extra word, you didn't even know you knew, but now you know you know. Congratulations. So la mesa es metal, it's what it's composed of. So there's some permanency there, which kind of ties deeper into ser. Numero 10, number 10. Oh, this is a tough one. All right. Number 10, it is important that you shower every day. Give it a whirl. Double points if you can get it right, because this one has some trickery involved. All right. So we'll break this one into 2 different parts. It is important that you shower every day. First, it is important is just es importante, and then that is K. Next, that you shower every day. So shower, to shower, the verb is ducharse, which means it's reflexive. So this say that we have right here, you're going to move to the front, and then you change based on who is performing the action. So you are showering. So it's going to be es importante, que te. Don't worry about reflexive verbs. We're going to talk about them later on. Duchar, though, good verb to know. And then this is going to be weird because it's subjunctive. And subjunctive, something else too. Reflexive, we'll talk about later. Subjunctive, we'll talk about later. It's duches, though, is how it conjugates. Cara, dia. And dia should have a little tilde on the... Oh, man. Mama Google knew best. So dia has a tilde. Does it automatically. It's great. We use ser because it's an explanation here, right? You're explaining it is important that you shower every day. So there's your explanation in the beginning part. And again, second part, reflexive, subjunctive. Don't worry about it. Good verb to know, those duchar say. Next, number 11, we are Americans. Okay, so this ties directly into nationality, which falls under the ser category. So somos Americanos. Again, there's permanency there, right? No matter where you go in the world, you are American. So it would be ser, that doesn't change. Whereas with a star, sometimes things change. And there's not as much permanency with a star. So somos Americanos, we are Americans, it's ser. Ooh, 12. Okay, 12 is also a tough one. Let's see what you can do. All right, so for those who don't know, I am to be plus a verb with ing is the present progressive. With present progressives in Spanish, we use a star. So this is going to be estoy caminando. Now the verb is caminar. All right. In English, we put ing at the end of the verbs. In Spanish, they put something at the end too, but it's ando instead of ing. And that's for AR verbs. For ER and IR is endo. We're going to talk about the present progressive later on. No stress right now. Just got to know that in this situation, when you are translating in your head or translating writing down, you're going to use a star. It's never really soy caminando. It's generally always estoy caminando a la escuela. Whoops, escuela, cool. So estoy caminando a la escuela estar. Next, His arm is broken. Okay, here we have su for him, his, or her. Brazo is arm. And then this is the condition of the arm, right? The arm is not normally broken. It's not normally broken. It's just broken right now. So we're going to use estar because it's temporary. It ties into our condition. So su brazo está roto. And then this, a cool, boom, tilde, super formal. Love it. So like I said, it ties directly into the condition of the arm, which is broken. So for that reason, you're going to use estar. Next, he is Republican. She's Democrat. Not trying to cause any problems here. I put both just so that way everyone is feels represented in this video. That's what I do here. So take a second. Okay. He is a Republican. We're going to do L S Republicano. And that's because, like we said earlier, when it is a political party affiliation, you use ser. So L S Republicano. Now, something important also. This E should have a tilde. Google is not picking this one up. It's really leaving me out to dry here. L also translates to the or the. So L, when you mean it to be he, has a tilde above it. This one should. Google again. It's it's never perfect. It's technology. Ella es democrata is how she is a Democrat, translates to in Spanish. So, ser, political party affiliation. The last one, it is the end of the movie. All right, this is an explanation again. So I'm going to put es el fin de la película. All right, because I'm explaining that this is the end, and Google, just when you start to hate it, comes back strong. I love it. She helps you when she needs it. Película, the I has a tilde on it, so that's great. Es el fin de la película, but because it is an explanation. All right, so I'm going to go back up really slow, just in case you want to double check any of these to make sure yours all line up. So from here, where do you go? What I would do personally is I would write down a bunch of phrases using to be in the present tense in English. Maybe 10 more, maybe 15 more if you can. And then I would try and translate those to Spanish. So when you write them, be cognizant of the words that you know in Spanish, so that way you're not spending the whole time going to Google Translate or wordreference.com to figure out the best way to translate those specific words. Use words you know, practice, and as you're practicing, make sure you're making note of, well, this one says, los pantalones son de chino. Well, that's place of origin, so I should be using ser, right? Really think through why you're picking these, and for the ones that you get right, you can always check in Google Translate, put it in there and see kind of how it translates to see if you're right or wrong. The ones you get right, celebrate. The ones you get wrong, no stress. Just dive in and really try and figure out why it is what it is. Any questions, feel free to post them in the comments section below. I'll try and respond. Thanks for coming out. Have a good rest of your day.